We call this a plantar strapping or a plantar taping. We'll take the patient's foot and start at a 90-degree angle. 90 degrees from the foot to the leg. We ask the patient to hold their foot in that position. We've already added a little bit of pre-tape spray to the skin to make the tape stick to the skin a little bit better. And we like to use a tape called Tensoplast, which is a cloth tape that's adhesive and it's got some stretch to it. So the starting point for the taping is at the calcaneal tubercle, the medial part of the arch, and the portion of the tape that starts there is the upper segment. The first wrap around the foot is an anchor wrap. Notice I am not applying any tension to the tape whatsoever. I'm just applying it to the foot. That is the completion of the first wrap. This entire taping is only 3 wraps around the foot. The first wrap and the third wrap are identical. So the one wrap that's a little bit more difficult and needs to be remembered is the second wrap, which we're beginning now. So as we start to come across the top of the foot for the second wrap, we will parallel the first wrap until we get halfway across the top of the foot, at which point we will drop back 1 inch approximately. You also want to make sure that we don't have any creases, as that will create skin and tissue irritation. So once we cross the top of the foot on the second wrap and drop back 1 inch, we begin to apply a slight amount of tension to the taping. Notice I'm bisecting the patient's 90-degree angle with a 45-degree angle of the tape. To finish the second wrap, also we'll have a bisection of the medial part of the heel, again at 45 degrees of the 90-degree angle that we've established. The only difficult part of this taping is this portion here. You'll notice there will be a bit of a redundancy here as I bring the tape back and touch it back down to where we started. This redundancy here can be handled in one of 2 ways. Typically we fold it over on itself, and since that's in a non-weight bearing part of the arch, it's rare that that becomes a source of irritation. Once we've completed the second wrap, we will complete the entire wrap by finishing the third wrap, which is identical to the first wrap. So if you're applying this plantar taping and you're about to complete your third wrap, just mimic what you did on the first wrap. Again, there's no tension applied to the third wrap, no tension applied to the first wrap. The only tension that's applied is the second wrap. So I'm just going to lay this third wrap, this anchor wrap, on the patient's foot, and I will end the entire taping by finishing at the same spot that we started on the medial arch. At this point, to try to preserve the taping, make it a little bit more waterproof, and keep it from catching on socks and shoes, Parawax, household wax, can be obtained at the store or the pharmacy. Basically, we're just going to try to put a little bit of a wax coating over this taping, which will enable the client to wear this for an extended period of time if they're benefiting. That's the completion of the entire wrap.
I love running.